Welcome to studying for an online math test at Broward College. Studying for a math test starts long before the test day. Good habits include watching all of the videos in the content of your D2L course shell and take notes. Work the examples yourself after watching the video. Get in the habit of showing all work in all steps. When doing homework and test reviews, make sure you do all of your assignments. Use a pencil and paper and do the work. Don't just plug in the answers in the software. Show all steps and be neat. Budget sufficient time to do the assignment. And do your assignments in a distraction-free environment. Know what you don't know. This means self-evaluating and being honest with yourself if you understand the problem completely. Remember, if it's on the homework, it's potentially on a test. A good way to figure out where things are going wrong is to do the following. Read, plan, do. Number 1, read the problem completely and find the key words that help you remember the process to solve it. 2, plan. Do you know what the plan to solve the problem is and what are those steps? 3, do. Can you do those steps and get the answer right consistently? Maybe your problem is with some math concept you are not completely comfortable with, like sine numbers or FOIL, and it's not actually about this particular question. If you do not understand a problem in an assignment, after using the help prompt in the software, write it down or take a screenshot and contact your instructor. There are instructions on how to contact your professor in your syllabus. Or you can use the Academic Success Center tutoring services. Broward College uses tutor.com, and you can access this free service by clicking on the Resources tab in your D2L class shell and click on Academic Resources. Creating your own personal study guide is a great way to organize your thinking for the upcoming exam. What should go on my study guide? Well, that is up to you, as everyone's study guide will be a little different. Formulas you need to remember are a good start, as are steps to the problems you know will probably be on the exam. Include a reminder to yourself of things you typically forget. It's also helpful to do an example of a problem you find difficult. The idea of creating a study guide is to put all of the information you feel you need to know for the upcoming exam in one place, so you can continue to review it. Remember, to get stronger at math, you need to do problems. Think of it like going to the gym. If you watch somebody do squats, it helps you to get introduced to the proper technique. But watching someone do squats does not make you get stronger. The same with math. To get stronger, you need to do more than just watch. You need to do problems. Reviews. Your professor will probably provide a test review of some kind. What is the best way to use it? Complete the review guide showing all steps and be neat. If you need to refer to your notes at the beginning of your study process, that's okay. But it's very important that you attempt the review more than once and eventually be able to do the review without looking at your notes or your study guide. In other words, you should go through the review multiple times for practice and make sure you use the calculator that you will be using for the exam if one is allowed. It is also helpful to time yourself to simulate the testing conditions so you don't run out of time on test day. Remember, when going through your test reviews and practice tests, remember our read, plan, do idea. And find where your disconnect is on problems you're getting wrong. And get help from the math lab or your professor right away. Continue to update your study guide as you review. Study groups or study buddies are helpful to many students. If you are able to explain a problem to another student, it means you really understand the concept. Remember, cramming does not work. All the current research says that starting early and continuing to go over problems with breaks in between is the most effective way to study. But you can't do this if you wait until the last minute. This idea of spacing out your study over a few days will help reduce test anxiety. Math is a productive struggle, meaning you get problems wrong before you get them right. This process takes time, so start your exam studying early. On exam day, get a good night's sleep and eat before the exam. Have a plan. Review your study guide before you take the test. When taking the test, do a quick read through of the problems. Do the easy ones first, then the harder problems with multiple parts. Lastly, do the ones you're not sure how to do. If a problem has multiple parts, do as much as you can to get partial credit. Read the directions. Always reread the problem before submitting your final answer to be sure you're actually addressing what is being asked. Pay attention to qualifying instructions such as express as an ordered pair, or express to the nearest hundredth, or express with appropriate units, etc. Use all of the time allotted. Just because you can finish early does not mean you should. Review the test if time permits. Your mindset for this exam is of crucial importance. If you go into the exam saying you will do poorly and you can't do this, it'll probably be the case. A famous quote says, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Meaning, if you're going into the exam properly prepared and with a positive attitude, it will lower your stress and improve your chances of success. There will more than likely be some struggle along the way in this class. You will get problems wrong, but if you remember that getting problems wrong is part of the process, you will feel much better about yourself. Stay positive, work hard. You got this.